Hey guys, here's an update on the TARDIS console building project. I think this is video number 27 at this point, and we're going to kind of divert into, I guess, TARDIS console 2.0 as it were. But I still want to continue the series on to kind of explain what's going on, what happened, and where we're at right now. First and foremost, just to let you guys know who've been following along through, that TARDIS console, when I moved from Ontario to Vancouver, there was no way to bring it. It's too big. I wish I had been able to. I had to give up two things in my life. That was one of them. The other was a really comfy chair, and I miss it. But specifically, I didn't know what to do with it. So I did reach out and was able to pass it along to the Doctor Who Society of Canada, and they are situated in Ottawa, Ontario, and they are going to be restoring it, and they have been working on it the past couple of years. And hopefully, as we go through this build, I'll be able to help them with their build as well to kind of keep them both going, and then we'll have one at coast to coast basically, and continue that vein of the TARDIS console. So every video you've seen up until now is not in vain. They are still building, they are still creating with it, they are still doing their thing. It's going to be fantastic, I think. They do a lot of charity work for children's hospitals and everything like that, so hopefully that will bring some joy, but also allow for some new fundraising opportunities for them, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. Now, as far as my console, it's in a different place, so a couple things happen when you decide to do something like that. Okay, so I'm getting rid of that, but I'm keeping all my parts. So every part that you've seen in the videos to date, for those of you who follow along, I still have. I'm not getting rid of those. I have more. I have been collecting and finding pieces since moving here, and I'm really looking forward to sharing some of those with you. So what I've decided to do is I can't really do anything until about February, March to actually get to the wood. Vancouver is notoriously wet, especially in the winter. So once we start getting into the nicer weather, I'll be able to transport the 12 MDF sheets to my CNC cutters in order to cut those, and then transport them back here in order to work on it. And for both those places, because I'm outdoors here and it's outdoors getting things transported, I need nice weather, and otherwise I'll be waiting. So once that happens, I'll be getting that wood, transporting it, and getting it cut. Now, being that I just mentioned the CNC thing, when I made that first one, there was a lot of CNC cutting. It was really fantastic. I worked with some really great people to work on that. Out here, I don't have those same people, but I have met up with some of the maker labs here, and I have found a really good one that's willing to help me build this thing, or at least get it all cut out so I can build it here. And that allowed me to kind of go back and maybe adjust a few things. There was a couple things, I'm not sure if I mentioned in the videos before, that I had to kind of alter on the fly. And this time I kind of want to avoid that. So I kind of went back to basics. So on my screen here, I'm going to just quickly show a couple of photos of the, maybe it's a video, of the console now. Basically, I worked with my friend Andrew Pinder to work out some of the details. I didn't quite like the geometry or the way things were kind of laying out, and kind of redesign the base. The base is where everything kind of restarts anyway, so we did that and we built up, and then I took a stab at working out each panel as well to kind of figure out how it's all going to go together. Everything's going to be done this way. It's going to be constructed as easily as possible so we get to this stage again. My hope is that it will pretty much accelerate from last time, because I kind of have a better idea. I do have to give myself some tools and get us back to where we were in Ontario, back to now. To fill the time between now and when that happens, I am going to break down every panel in a video here to try and break down what I need, what I have, and maybe some of my plans per panel. This will also hopefully allow some of you guys who've been following me, and for me to share on other social media, the parts I don't know what they are. I have been very fortunate to find original parts, exact replica parts, as well as some newfound abilities of my own to 3D model, and talk to other people who can 3D model to help me get parts that I don't have. So the idea is we'll go through each of those, see what's going on, and kind of break down each panel. This will also help those of you who are also building, because one thing I want to make abundantly clear is I'm not doing this out of any sort of self-ego. I'm going to share every information I have, including 3D models that I come up with and whatnot, will be available via those 3D modelers that do it, whether they sell them or whether they put them up on like Shapeways or whatever. Basically though, if you want to replicate certain parts, you'll be able to, and I hope to be able to facilitate that throughout my build. The other thing I want to make mention of is anything that is helped with finding the parts. All those things will be listed out in any sort of document that I can come up with, a PDF, whatever, to say what things are. If I know what the part is, I will share it, maybe give a vendor or two, but oftentimes things kind of flux, but at least give you the item name, a part number, etc. So those of you who have been curious about that in the past, that is all going to be a thing that you will be able to have and be able to access. So I'm looking forward to being able to share that with you. So going forward here, I'm looking forward to sharing. I look forward to being able to come to you guys and share some of these things and kind of go on this road together. There'll be 5 main videos in the new year that explain a lot of each of these panels, and of course my own custom panel, as I'm not doing the rubberized panel. Not my favorite, but also gives me the opportunity to make my own, as I mentioned in previous videos. Anyway, I hope that's enough of an update for you guys. I don't want this video to run overly long, but basically, it's still happening. We're still doing it. I look forward to telling you guys and showing you guys a lot of the parts that I've found and that I've been fortunate enough to get my hands on, as well as bringing things to your attention for why we're here. I do miss that console. I had a lot of fun building it. I really appreciate it. Those of you who follow me just because of the console build. But I've also learned so much in the last 5 years here in Vancouver, working for film and whatnot. And though I'm not in film anymore, I'm excited about this new path I'm on, but also the fact that it frees me up to do these things, including more videos on my main channel stuff, and maybe even some other fun ideas to show off some of my cool things. Yeah, I have so many things looking around this room that I have not shared with you guys as of yet, but I'm really excited to. So thank you for bearing with me. I know it's been almost 6 years, or almost 5.5 years at this point, since I moved here. I really appreciate you bearing with me. I do try and keep active on responding to comments when I can, but also please follow me on Instagram. That is probably the easiest one right now to see my updates. Follow me there and you can see some of the stuff I found already as a little sneak peek. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for commentating on my videos, but always, thanks so much for watching.